So we're back here at Sundance Balloons in Belmont, Ontario, and we are looking now at the kind of final prep aspects and making sure that we've covered off everything we need. And you know, I'm sitting on the balloon launch point here. One of the key focuses really is to ensure that we're content with how I get onto the launch point, whether I'm actually on the launch point from exit on this platform or actually whether I'm inside the balloon. The reason we're using a platform is because if I were to try and launch from the actual basket hung beneath the balloon, it's incredibly difficult. At 42,000 feet, any physical exertion will wear you down very, very quickly. So climbing to the top of this lip and trying to launch off it is just a non-starter. It means that I can exit from a sitting position where I just roll forwards, and as I roll forwards, the airflow will come into the wingsuit, inflate, and then I'll open my legs and fly. And it just means that afterwards the guys can just pull this up, it can go back into the basket, so there's no issue for them on landing as well. But it just simplifies the entire exit process. One of the key challenges obviously with the balloon is that we are going through commercial airspace. So the team here have had to look very closely at how we fly safely through that space and work with the air management teams.
My role during the flight is to communication and looking after the instruments. We've got the aircraft radio and the crew trace radios. We have the iPads, nice and simple these days with the iPads for tracking our flights and tracks and stuff like that. Altimeters, and we'll be carrying our GPS as well. The other issue we have up there is the extreme cold. A lot of the instruments don't like to keep working up there in the extreme cold, so we have a battery that will be wired up to the instruments as well to keep them running during the flight, because it does get down to about -60. So my role during the flight is to make sure the instruments are all still working and in communication with the ground crew and the air traffic control. And I'll be giving the controllers notification when Fraser's getting ready to jump and letting Fraser know when he's clear to jump.
So it's the end of day two. We've had a good day in terms of the basket preparation and the launch pad and going through that. We're very happy with where we're at. Unfortunately, the weather continues to play an unwanted role. The rain has at least stopped since yesterday, but we now have a cloud base of 200 feet. That's been consistent the entire day.
That is just nuts.
And we're now looking at tomorrow, which is looking highly marginal. There are 2 storm systems which are forecast to come through, and the wind is starting to pick up. So all in all, it's been a good day in terms of preparation for the actual balloon and basket and the team, but the weather has been the problem, and it continues to be the problem. And it looks like making a launch tomorrow is going to be extremely difficult.